Okay, so if
Hopefully it'll be okay.
if your internet is crap, turn off video and we'll do audio only. I mean, you know what I look
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, my internet connection's
Do that.
cool. So there's a little icon at the bottom. On the left-hand side, there's an icon that says "Stop Video," and it just looks like a little box, but it's actually a picture of a camera. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's normally more reliable.
Hear me, yeah?
I hear you totally great. Sounds perfect.
Yeah, I didn't see any of your Facebook messages.
Cool, cool.
Um,
Cool. I just recall, in group, we used to be in the same group. I think it was actually Sorsha Morava's group. I sent you some suggestions there, and I think you just said, like, oh, thanks for the link. Like, I really was sincere. I was just saying, oh, like, I think we had some interaction like that you wouldn't necessarily remember. I have interactions like that, too, where I don't really know who the person is. Someone just sends me something, and I say thanks. So, I'm really not complaining.
if it was in a group thing,
Yeah.
I might have interacted with you, but
Yeah.
without knowing. Hold on, let me turn off my Facebook. I'm getting messages on here.
Cool. But I just say I'm really not complaining when I say that. I was just describing, like, oh yeah, like I think we did talk a little bit, but whatever. Like I was just saying factually. I think so. I thought you knew me, but it's also because back at that time, me and Vegan Revolution were friends. So I also assumed you knew me just for that reason, because like me and Revolution, we were close for a while. Like we talked about our personal lives, and like I talked about mine, he talked about his. So like at that time, and you and he were friends, and he and I were friends. So I assumed you just kind of knew me indirectly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did know you indirectly. I've actually been considering reaching out to you for quite a long time. I guess I've been a bit cautious just because. Why have I been cautious? I guess you're quite a controversial guy in terms of your relationships with the community.
Yeah.
Even though, man, I think like you'd be really, really good on the show because you're quite fact driven. And just like I was a bit disappointed when he had everyone's attention in the summer after he did the long video denouncing Durianrider, where I think you cried at the end of it. You know, the long one that really made a lot of traction.
Yep.
I was disappointed. I thought this is going to be a great opportunity for him to now he's got the big platform to put out political videos, but he kept doing videos about the sort of meaningless drama.
No, that's your perspective, but from my perspective, I was doing videos about my life. Because I mean, my videos just reflect whatever's going on in my life. But
Sure, yeah. I'm not calling you out. I'm just kind of like.
Well, no, but just no. Look, I just say no. I don't mind. I mean, it's totally worthwhile comment. I have over 400 videos uploaded now. I've done a lot of videos about politics. Nobody can say I've failed to upload enough videos about politics, and politics connected to veganism, politics connected to Asia, Canada, all kinds of stuff. So I've done a lot of videos on politics. Definitely over 100, maybe over 200 of my videos are about politics. I don't want to estimate that. In terms of what I talked about, I mean, you may not remember during that time after the controversy with Durianrider, the next big topic I took on was domestication of animals. So that is political and that is meaningful. So pet ownership and that stuff. So I just say your memory may be slightly inaccurate. If you think I was just talking about meaningless drama, no. I mean, taking on pet ownership and feeding cow meat to pet cats, that was a big deal. I made videos about vivisection. I made a lot of very political videos during that time. And the only thing I'd say is it's a bit of an illusion if you think I suddenly had a big platform. I actually remember discussing that with Cheetah. I remember Cheetah asked me about my numbers, and the reality was basically just those couple of videos about Durianrider had a big spike in interest. And then when I turned my attention to other issues within veganism, like vivisection, like pet ownership, what cat food is made of, like feeding cows to cats, that stuff basically had the same audience as the videos I was making before Durianrider, threatened to beat me up. So there really wasn't an increase in my audience size much. Like before Durianrider defamed me, I had a little bit of steam going just because I made a lot of videos in Canada just before I left for China. I had a little bit of time. It was actually literally while I was packing to move to China. I was like throwing my furniture in the garbage and stuff. I was leaving Canada, so I had a little bit extra time to make videos. So I made a lot of videos then. And during that time, like a hit video would get 2,000 views. And after Durianrider defamed me, it was still the same size of audience. Like, a good video would get 2,000 viewers. So I'm not criticizing you. I'm just out of interest saying it's really not true. The size of my audience didn't grow much. And also the type of content I made didn't change much. But I mean, it's true. I mean, for example, I was under pressure to give updates on my legal case because I did the fundraising. So if you consider those drama videos, then that's drama. But from my perspective, it's not, because I was getting the money and paying the lawyer and doing all that stuff, which, by the way, really happened. It's not a scam. It's very boring, but it's not a scam. I did actually get the money eventually and pay the lawyer. There were just a whole bunch of stupid delays. And that is real and ongoing.
I've got to come in there. I interviewed Charles Marlowe in LA, and I think I said something to the effect of there's a bit of evidence to suggest that it is a scam. So I didn't say it was a scam, but if I was completely wrong there and I put the video out, I apologize.
It's okay, but there's no reason why you know, so I'm not mad at you. I mean, like, the people where I think it's a joke is the people who have talked to me and where I've shown them the evidence and talked about it. It's like, well, don't pretend we didn't have that conversation. So like with Joe Vegan for months, I was saying to him, like, look, here's the evidence I can give you. If you want to know more, I can tell you more. But the legal details are really boring, right? And also, like, no offense to Joe Vegan, but he really has no education. He's not that bright. Like, I could talk through with him what the legal details are, but it's not like I can just show him a document written in, like, legal English and that he's going to understand what's going on. And I'm really not saying that to insult him, but, like, that stuff is hard to understand. Like, it's just a legal document, and it doesn't even make sense in English, you know what I mean? And, of course, the legal documents are actually in Thai. They're not in English anyway, most of them. But so for months with Joe Vegan, I was like, look, like, I provided him with evidence. And it was also clear in the conversation, look, if you want more, you can talk to me. Like, you know, I can provide more if you're interested, whether you want, like, more explanation or more evidence, whatever. And he was choosing to ignore that and kind of keep defaming me this way. And also, the only thing I'd say about Joe Vegan, he knew that Joe Best was a bullshitter. He already had his own experience with Joe Best lying to him about all kinds of stuff. So it was like, you know, so Joe Vegan, they're both called Joe, but anyway. So like Joe Vegan was like, dude, you already know Joe Best lies about everything. So why are you taking his lies and pretending they're true when you know I'm telling you the truth and providing you with documents? So that's really a unique situation. But in terms of other people, if people don't know, I don't blame them. You know, whatever. You know, I wanted to come back to Vegan Revolution for a second. And like, I don't criticize you for being friends to Vegan Revolution. I used to be friends with him, and like I say, even though like I don't know his name, like, you know, I just call him VR, you know, we were close enough that we talked about, you know, we talked about our families and our ex-girlfriends and stuff like that, you know what I mean? We did have personal conversations. But when VR turned on me, he turned on me all the way, and he was, you know, insulting me in very personal terms and saying that I should be prevented from seeing my own daughter, that I was a threat to my daughter, that I was a threat to my ex-wife. He was making up the most ridiculous myths, CIA stuff, that I secretly worked for the CIA, but also like deeply personal stuff, like about my marriage and my divorce and what have you. And he was feeding that stuff to Durianrider. And the stuff he said to Durianrider, that Durianrider then tried to use against me, it included, I think, just complete lies, but also included personal things he knew about me from when we were friends. So Vegan Revolution, in terms of a scumbag move and in terms of turning on me, that was one of my first big lessons. Like, wow, people will go all the way low. And so when you said earlier, and again, I'm not complaining, but you said earlier, like, oh, well, you're controversial and your relationships with people are controversial. Like, Vegan Revolution is a clear case. I can't take any of the blame for that. I can't say to you, like, well, I really regret that I talked to, like it's really my fault what happened with Vegan. No. That's a situation where I have to say this is 100% malice and lies from VR that I can't, you know what I mean?
So, I mean, here's the thing, right? Once a bridge is burnt with that guy, he can be a bit over the top. So I believe what you're saying, and actually he's told me himself what he said to you, and I think he was swearing, and it's just really harsh, and like, you fucking this, you fucking that, like, really, really harsh shit. So I get that it's out of order. I completely don't condone that, but like, it's because of him specifically that I haven't reached out to you. Just with my stuff, I'm really trying to stay out of the and that's why I've got an absolutely amazing, like, extremely entertaining video that I did with Vegan Cheetah, where it's just me grilling the fuck out of him for about 35 minutes. It's like 60 minutes. I don't know if you're familiar with the journalist Jeremy Paxman.
No, I'm not, but it doesn't matter. I can imagine. Good.
Yeah, just me, like, basically going through all the stuff that he's done that's been hypocritical. But So I've got that on unlisted on YouTube, and I'm just like, I'm really not sure whether I want to share it. And I've always been careful about reaching out to you as well, because you know you've immersed yourself in the whole Durianrider.
Wait a minute. I chose that? Really? Was that my choice? Did I choose that?
Nah, but I think when somebody's got a track record of falling out.
Wait a minute. Did I choose any of the shit Vegan Revolution did? Did I choose any of the shit Durianrider did? Klaus, I know, Klaus, you've never asked, you've never taken interest, but you have blamed me for everything. When the reality is, like I said in recent videos, I know, Klaus, I know, but it's de facto you're blaming me because you're saying, well, you have a track record. Klaus, here's my track record. I reached out positively to cooperate even with Vegan Ava. I'm someone who's reached out positively to cooperate with people who are idiots, people who hate me, people who've insulted me again and again and again. I've shown a ton of goodwill towards people, including towards Cheetah. Even after Cheetah was insulting me, I was still being positive with him and trying to cooperate with him. Okay? I've been positive towards Freely. I made an apology video to Freely. I made an apology video to Vegan Revolution. Nobody else does that, Klaus. So I know you're not aware of it, but you're actually ignoring a ton of evidence about who I am and what kind of person I am. I am the kind of person who, when Vegan Revolution is mad at me for no good reason, I still make an apology video to him. I'm the kind of person who, when Durianrider threatens to beat me up and put me in prison, I make an apology video to Freely just to show goodwill, just to show that I'm honest. Just because Durianrider asked me to apologize to Freely. Freely never asked, by the way. I'm within 6 degrees of separation with her. I know people who talk to her regularly. I don't talk to her directly. But, like, I would have heard from her if she wanted me to make that video. Because she has ways to talk to me. She has ways to pass on a message through a mutual friend, right? So, like, dude, that's part of who I am. And you're ignoring that. And, like, again, it's not really a complaint. But, like, your impression that my channel got any less political or got involved with drama after Durianrider threatened me is really not true. So, I mean, I know you can get into a perception of who someone is, what kind of person they are. But there's a lot of evidence that you're ignoring.
What did you want me to... What would have satisfied you?
No.
I was rooting for you. I liked your video.
No.
I disliked his video.
So, no. Like Klaus, I'm not complaining. I'm really just explaining, like...
I know you don't care now. I don't... But, like, what... Do you want videos from people? Is that enough? Or?
No, Klaus, I'm not even asking for that. I'm really just telling you, like, okay, so this is the first time I'm talking to you, but here's the situation. That's the frame for, like, you know, because you've explained, like, how you perceive me and what you know, which is totally fine. And I'm just explaining, okay, well, you know, this is how I see you, and it's that circumstance. But for me, like, I don't come at it with, like, I have a checklist for whether or not you're good enough. I don't feel that way at all. And no, and I just say, but I remind you, like, even someone like Vegan Ava. So Vegan Ava has seriously defamed me on the internet. She said I'm a scam artist. She said insulting things about my wife and my daughter and my divorce. But also, like, she's claimed that, like, financially I'm a criminal running a scam. And, like, my response was like, look, Vegan Ava, like, let's talk on Skype. Like, let's make something positive out of this. Like, I'm an activist. You're an activist. We care about veganism. Let's do something positive. So, like, even someone like her, who's an idiot and is a terrible human being and who's really tried to hurt me, that's my response. So that's all I'm saying is, like, don't worry. Like, Klaus, even if you've done a lot worse, I would still be open to, you know, trying to cooperate with you and trying to make something positive happen. But actually, so what I asked you when you said, like, what would I like you to do? I'd really love it. When you have time, you can hear them as a podcast. You don't have to watch on YouTube. Watch those 2 videos I named. I don't know if you wrote them down, but watch the one video I did with... The one video I... Yes, the one with Zaria, the full title is something like The Agony of Activism. It has Zaria's name, so you can search for Zaria. And the other one is titled On Community. And that video, I posted it first in English, and then it's been translated into German and Chinese and Japanese. And the other translations, I'm still speaking English, but that has subtitles in the other language. So if you get one of the other versions, it's basically the same video, but with that edit at the bottom. So that's, honestly, that's what I'd ask you to do, because that really kind of tells you who I am and how I feel about veganism and why I'm so passionate about it, you know, because I really am.
I want you to come to London in the UK and I'll show you a vegan community.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Anyway, look, great talking to you. It's nice meeting you at long last, Klaus. And like I said, you know, I hope we can make something positive happen out of it. And I would try that even if you were a terrible person like Vegan Ava, even if you're a terrible person like Durianrider or Freely, I really did try to be positive with a lot of people, and a lot of that is obviously invisible to you. But I have been out here trying to make something positive happen for a long time. And hey, maybe, if you want something great, this won't be yet. It'll be a couple months from now. But maybe when I'm trying to get the storybook published. I mean, you can read the storybook. The story is online. Like on my YouTube, I read it out, and you can see the Chinese and the English. And now the Russian translation is also on my channel. But I mean, like at some point when that's news, it'll be a few months from now. If you wanted to, you could have a news story about that storybook, because that's something completely positive, and it's not drama. And it's just, hey, some vegans got together and tried to make a storybook to teach children about veganism. You know.
I'm up for that. Yeah, message me if I don't talk to you before. Email me or whatever when that's published.
Cool. But like I said, that'll be at least a few months from now. But we're working on it. Cool. Great talking to you, Klaus, and I'll talk to you again.